So, in this tutorial, we'll be learning how to install the assets of Leap Motion and how to connect it with our Unity and create a very simple and little game, and how to manipulate also the shape and the physics of the hands in order to fit our project, for example rehabilitation games or graphic user interface. So we begin by, I opened a new project, and now I'm going to install the assets. We have two ways of installing any assets on Unity. Either we go to the asset store on the internet, or any kind of website, like even Leap Motion, who has their own assets. You just write Leap Motion core assets and you download it here. You can download it for Windows, Apple or Linux, and or which is an easier way, which is you go here. This is the asset store, which is has many possibilities. That some of them are free, many of them are paid, and you have finished projects, or you have certain objects that you can use. The free ones are good, but they're probably not the best that you could have, so it might be better off designing your own stuff, but they are very helpful. So we click here, Leap Motion core assets. It's a free one, and search, and there we go, we have it here. We click on it. You click download. I have already downloaded it, but now we need to import it to our scene. So we click import. Yep. And now it's going to take a little bit while. It depends on how fast your computer is. So now we click. This is the whole. As you see, this is with materials, with scripts, with prefabs, or prefabricates. Everything is here. So you just click import. Back to our scene. So now that we have imported our assets, we go to scene. Here we go. We see here we have gizmos, Leap Motion, and OVR. The OVR here is everything you need for Leap Motion to function with the Oculus Rift. So they are really connected perfectly together. But right now we're not going to be using the Oculus Rift, so we'll stick with this Leap Motion. So now we see here in the project menu we have different options. When we want to do a project with Leap Motion, you have two choices: either within a closed room, which is called a sandbox, or in the space. So right now we're just going to choose this one for the sake of this tutorial. This is the hand controller sandbox. We can just grab it here, put it right there in front of our camera. There you go. Now when we press play, we see here that this is the Leap Motion controller here. So everything is done for us. And now when we press play and put our hand, we see our hand here, as you can see in both of the modes. And now, for example, I do not like this shape of the hands, so we have the ability to change them, which we will. But first, I am going to be inserting an object within this to play with. So, game object, 3D object, let's put a cube, for example. Now we have our cube here. Let's lift it a little bit up. Let's see here. It's not really bring it here. Yeah. There you go. You can see the shadows here because of their directional light. And let's press play. Also give it the weight which we want to make it also a rigid body. Add component, rigid body, and press play. We can see now that my hands are not affecting the object. Why? Because we need to also put some kind of physical properties to our hands. Now we're going to be doing just that. So we click on this one because this is the hand controller. We see here we have different options. We know the transform, we've already talked about it, and this is the hand controller script. So we have here different scripts, and thankfully we have ready scripts that we can just drag and drop. Here we have separate left and right, yes, because we would like to have on both hands the physical engine. We have here also left hand graphics, right hand graphics, how the hand looks, left hand physics and right hand physics. Or if you would like to add a tool, for example, like a flashlight or something. So now we go to hand models here, for example. You can bring your own hand model or just use the hand models here. So we have different hand models. We have this kind of robotic hands. Or you have here, for example, this kind of hand. But I would like to use a more realistic one, model hands of human. So we can see here, this is left hand. So we grab it like this. Oops, sorry, we need to choose the hand controller first, and then grab it. This is only the graphics. This will not affect the game, but just by the shape of the hand. This is the left hand, and this is the right hand. Also, we need to click this again, and this is the right hand. And now we press play. We see now it's different shape, but still it's not affecting anything. So what do? We go here to the hand model, physical, and we have here thick rigid hand. That's what we want. We carry it. We click on the hand controller, and here we put the left hand physics, and we put it also on the right hand, so both of them can be able to manipulate our object. Now press play. There we go. We are manipulating the object. And now we can do, for example, grab this cube, copy it, Control C, Control V, and then copy those two. Wait, let's just make it look like. Control V again, and then Control V again. Of course, we can see that there's something wrong with the camera. I'll just fix it. Just let me copy these cubes more. So now I found out what the problem is. Look, we can see here that the camera is pointing that way, and look, half of our cubes are outside. So what do? We just grab them all, or we can choose them here from the hierarchy as well, which is going to be much easier. And we just grab them like this, and to see it like we see in the game view, we do it like this. Yeah, there you go. And now we also can copy them, paste them again, do it like this. And maybe we can all scale them a little bit so they are, but let's choose all cubes. Scale them a little bit small, to be a little bit smaller. Yep. And now press play. Yay! We have a party of cubes. You know, and it's a little bit maybe too big to be grabbed, so we need to make it a little bit smaller, but it's working.